Cold.
Okay, I have a cold open.
Oh, God.
It's a puppy!
Oh, rub the belly. Make that doggy happy.
That's it. It's a whole show. We're done now.
Oh, hi, pup.
Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. What?
Dog just sneeze in your face?
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS.
That's
and
how
the
pandemics
S
start, Tom.
stands for sneeze.
Yep.
She hasn't done that in a while. But
wow. Right in your face. Evan. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
I did not. Well, curse your Giants.
Whoa. Whoa.
I
Evan,
did no such thing.
giving Perna a fitty.
Guess what, Evan? We got a new one for you. I know we're a little late in terms of getting it in here, but it here now.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, my bad. Can't even speak.
Scooter Pete. Really just so anticlimactic compared to Scooter Elway, but
It's half the price.
it's half the price. It's discount Elway. We got Scooter Pete all up in this biz.
That's it, baby. That's it. Folks, listen. We finally made it. We are a day away from the NFL postseason. Starting to get exciting. I'm going to be more excited next week when the matchups are a little bit better. But there's a couple good matchups that could be real good. Just too many divisional games and too many backup quarterbacks.
Oh my God, yeah. The quarterback scene it's a tough scene, as some might say.
Yeah. Do you ever think in September we'd be like, man, I can't wait to see Geno Smith and Brock Purdy battle it out?
You couldn't have predicted 75% of the quarterbacks starting this weekend. It's stupid.
But Tom Brady's, of course, there.
That old guy is there. And he, for the first time, and if you would have said Brady's going to have a losing record for the first time in his career, be like, oh, he's not going to be in the playoffs. Wrong. Won his division with a losing record. Oh, boy. I'm getting worked up already, Tom. Today's episode also is a lie. It's a freaking lie to your faces. So if you don't like being lied to, don't watch us.
How are we lying to people?
Well, we said biggest upset ? And there's going to be no upsets this weekend. I am so confident that not a single upset is going to happen. I double down on this is going to be the most predictable weekend of playoff football we've ever seen.
Okay, so, all right, real quick then. Go through all of them. Winners. Come on, Mr. Copernicus. What do you got?
Bills win. Bengals win.
Couldn't even go in order.
What?
Couldn't even go in order of the games.
What order?
The Saturday-Sunday games. You start with Saturday.
Okay.
You start with
No, I don't know the order. Okay, Bills win. Bengals win. 49ers win. Cowboys win. Now, Giants, Vikings, Chargers, Jags, there can't be an upset. Those games, they can't have upsets because both of those teams they're even. So, like, if the Giants win, it's not really an upset, right? If the Jags win, it's not an upset.
It should be an upset, but it wouldn't be.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Nobody trusts the Vikings.
No.
They're like a They're like a family member who's got a really bad drug problem, okay? And they've been on a clean streak, and you kind of let them back into the family. And as soon as they do, They start stealing from mommy's dresser again, stealing money to buy more drugs. That's the Minnesota Vikings. They're your uncle crackhead, the Minnesota Vikings. You come here for perfect metaphors.
I got no words for that one.
They are like a vet, a veterinarian who never mind.
No, now I'm curious. Where are you going with that one?
They use animals for the drug trade. That's what I was going to say. But it was going to get very dark. Yep. It's a big problem. Want to start a conspiracy?
So anyway, we're gonna talk about. Wait, are you saying that Holly's using her? Holly would never use her veterinarian skills for the.
Holly helps expose the bad vets. She's a sleeper cell, saving the animals.
Bad vets.
It's cops.
Get down on the ground. All right. This is I don't know what's it happens every fraud. I don't know why I have any.
You know why it happens, Tom? It's because Wednesday we usually we get our real thoughts about football out, and then we got to do clickbait Thursday, and we just say what we already said on Wednesday, and so we're just kind of exhausted about football talking. So I come in hot. Bored with football by this time. Just ready for the new games to happen, so we have something new to talk about. And so this week we had some conversations about lizard people and mole people, right? That happened Wednesday. There's a lot of mole people, lizard people.
It did.
Yeah, and I finished This Place Rocks, and the amount of people that believe in lizard people.
This place rules. Okay.
This place rules, yeah. I finished this rock and roll documentary on HBO about political stuff, and
this place rocks, man.
Yeah, the amount of people who believe in that stuff was alarming, very alarming.
What stuff?
The lizard people.
The truth.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to talk about some football today. Today I wanted to talk about some of the key players. They got to show up for all of these teams that are not the quarterbacks. So much time, so much effort focused on the QBs, the number one offensive star. So really, who's going to show up to make a difference for some of these teams? We're going to talk about that today, Tom.
Yeah, we are.
Steer this ship in a real football talk.
I give it 5 minutes tops, and that might be generous. That might be.
I would like to start with Derek Carr because that's pretty interesting.
I put that in there. Yeah. Let's talk about Derek Carr, about where Derek Carr is going to go. The Bills are going to win on Sunday. You don't have to worry. If you're using your rigging powers to win the game on Sunday, oh, buddy, you're using it up too early.
Yeah. The only way the Dolphins win, it's like if they have to come out and run some sort of offensive scheme that we've never seen before, like when they debuted the Wildcat and
it's got to be the house cat.
Yeah, it's got to be the slippery dolphin offense.
They all just start purring. What are they doing?
It's domestic cat.
That's it.
The Bills are just confused.
They just want to pet the cat.
Yeah,
because who doesn't?
They have to have a game plan we've never seen.
So there was rumors coming out about that, the Colts are not going to be trading for Derek Carr, which is not terribly surprising because they're close enough in the draft. And you've had Jim Irsay say, listen, we will trade and we'll do whatever it takes to get our QB. And they are, I think, prime candidates to trade with the Bears. And for them, that's a huge win because the Texans probably wouldn't have traded them their first overall pick, obviously. Yeah. So now they could jump ahead of the Texans to get a guy that the Texans may have drafted, whether it's a Bryce Young or what have you, because the Bears, they don't need to go and get a QB.
The Colts don't even have to figure out who is the best quarterback in this draft. They just have to figure out which guy the Texans wanted and then take him. It just has to be a spite pick. If the Colts jump to that spot. It's going to be one of the most hilarious scenarios we've ever seen play out. Like,
I am curious, like what they get, like what actually like compensation wise. Like, do you get like 2 firsts? It's like this year's and next year's, and be like, there you go.
I mean, sure. It's
So
Is there any players you could lump in there to the Bears? Don't know.
Michael Pittman.
I think the Colts are ready to break it all down.
They might be. They might be. They need some help in some other areas. I mean, like, listen, if Jonathan Taylor is healthy next season, like maybe it's a different ball game. Like the offensive line needs to get better. And the defense was solid. Don't get me wrong, defense was solid, but it wasn't where it was. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't. Derek Carr to the Buccaneers.
That'd be interesting. It should be a winnable division.
I still am just all over the Jimmy Garoppolo to the Jets. That's all I'm on.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It sucks because it's basically gonna be whatever team Brady decides on. Like, he's gonna have the choice. Does he want to go to the Jets? Does he want to go to the Raiders? Does he want to go to who's the other team in the mix there? The Jets, the Raiders. Those are the two big. Oh, well, there's a weird case of the 49ers possibly being in play.
That'd be so stupid, though.
But it's like Jimmy G and Derek Carr get to decide after Tom Brady, essentially. Yep. Unless the Raiders trade. Like, that's the one reason Derek Carr might want to do a trade, because
he can control where he goes.
Right? They can set that up in theory now. So if he waits till free agency, then he might just be straight up competing with, Brady. Oh, the Dolphins. Sorry, the Dolphins are the other big team in the mix. It could be possibly the big team in the mix. But anyway, I wanted to go
weird.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the Colts jumping the Texans, because, like, could you imagine being Green Bay, post Rodgers, you're in a spot to draft your next QB of the future, and then the Minnesota Vikings trade up and snake your quarterback? It'd be like if, the Chiefs, Mahomes retiring, and the Broncos are right there to finally do it, and then they get leapfrogged because they won a meaningless game at the end of the season.
You mean like how the Vikings traded to the Lions some garbage picks to jump all the way up and take Jameson Williams, which ruined my life, because Jameson Williams is going to be good, and it's going to hurt me every single time he scores a touchdown.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
Every time. No, but yeah, I mean, that is likely scenario, though. I think the Colts they're right there, because if you take a look right now at the draft order, like, because you need someone to be like relatively close, right? Like, in order to make that trade. So Arizona's at 3, the Colts are at 4. Arizona's not going to go get a QB. So it's Houston needs one, the Colts need one. Seattle's the interesting one here, and so are the Lions, because like you have a top 10 pick, it's at 6. Thank you, that's literally what I was just looking at. They're the real interesting. Carolina could be interesting too. Atlanta, if they really want to, but they might roll with Ritter and see.
Yeah. See, like, the Lions, they don't need a QB anymore. They good.
See, I disagree.
They got the offense.
No, I know, but I think you grab one still, like with that Rams pick, and then you have them sit.
If you're the Lions, you don't grab a QB there.
I think you do.
No, you get yourself.
If your guy's there, you go and you get him. And then
they got Goff. They take you take a corner.
Okay.
And where else do they pick? 18. You get a corner, and you get either another corner, or a nasty linebacker, or defensive line. You make that defense disgusting. Take a QB at 6. Where they got who they mocked in that Will Levi.
I was saying to potentially trade up, because they could.
Yeah, they could.
If they want their guy, they could go get him. They could. So, just saying. You don't draft a guy to sit. Oh, like Patrick Mahomes? You dumbass. Anyway, oh my God. Jeff Saturday as your head coach if it means Peyton Manning as your OC.
Whoa. Yes, I do
Honestly,
take that scenario.
Because Peyton will literally run that team. It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
Jeff Saturday, he would just yell at Jeff Saturday like he did when he was his center.
Yeah, he'd just be like, listen. He's like, I think we're going to call this play. He's like, over my dead, rotting corpse.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Yeah, so it's the Colts. They're likely. Seattle could do it unless they want to rock with Geno. The Raiders, I mean, they're going to be in for Brady. So I don't know, man. It's weird because like what? There's like two. I would say like what? Two QBs that are like, yeah, like definitely could go first overall. It's probably gonna be Bryce Young. But
Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis. I don't even know how to say his name.
I think it's Stroud. I think you like go between Stroud and Young.
Yeah. And then there's who's the guy from Florida?
Florida man.
QB. Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, right?
You were asking the wrong person. It's the wrong person. So yeah.
He declared
those last two
incredibly
games
athletic, needs some time, but like that'd be a guy like the Lions could take at 18. But here's the other weird, like, so what if like Arizona could be in a power play move as well? So let's just say Chicago's like, you know what? We're just gonna take
best player
Will
available.
Anderson, right?
Yeah.
The edge rusher. We need it on defense. The best player at this position in this draft. Boom, we're just gonna take it at 1. All of a sudden, the Cardinals, who do not need a quarterback, they could trade, and they're in rebuild mode too. They're gonna probably trade DeAndre Hopkins. So that number 3 spot, like if you're the Lions and you're giving up those 2 first picks to get to 3, or Seattle if you want, knowing like Indy's right in front of you and they could take a QB, assuming the Texans take a quarterback who, let's not put it past them. The Texans could easily just blow the number 2 spot as well.
Yeah.
Every team's just sitting there patiently waiting. Like, are the Texans going to take a quarterback? Because like we all know they need it, but they might not. Let's just see what those Texans do first before we make any trades.
Oh, I'd say, yeah, out of all those, you go Mayo. Out of all those, I'm not bringing Bill O'Brien, Steve Belichick. I wouldn't take either of those. No.
I mean, I'd take Bill O'Brien as your OC for Belichick.
Yeah, but did they say head coach or OC? No, they said HC. They said head coach after Bill. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, after Bill.
Yeah, after
yeah.
Bill. After
I think
Bill.
they're working on an extension for Belichick, aren't they?
Yeah, Belichick's not going anywhere. He's going to be there until he literally is like Pirates of the Caribbean, like in the ship.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I don't know. The draft is going to be wild. It's good. It's going to be fun. I mean, Packers are at 15, so that's a while. So that's not great, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, we're at 29 because we're so good.
That could go up, right?
History will look back in the charts. I'm like, oh, Broncos selected 29. Must have had a pretty good season. And I'll be like, they did. It was great.
There you go. So random guy promoting that bench warmer brew. Gotta do it.
Oh, you mean the losers blend? For all the friggin' losers out there? Just dropped yesterday, just in time for the playoffs. If you're a sad sack loser and you want a sad sack of beans, I got it for you.
Got a sad sack of beans.
It's actually really good, but the losers don't even deserve coffee this good, if I'm being really honest. I don't even drink it. I'm like, this is too good for me. Well, yeah, just have football.
Sorry. That's my bad.
Does that bother you?
It was. I literally just saw it and I was like, that's a problem. I'm like, restart the show because that's a huge issue.
Start it over.
But yeah, all right. So landing spot for Derek Carr, because we never finished that sentence. We would just like the Texans. I mean,
Saints are in there now.
Saints are a good pick. I would say the Saints are
Panthers, Saints,
Panthers
Titans,
could be there.
Jets,
Titans. Oh God, the Titans are in such a weird spot, man. Chris Johnson sending out and you LOLing at it like the Photoshop of Aaron Rodgers in a Titans uniform, and I'm like, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Also, I mean, Washington Commanders.
Dude, what are they doing? That is a great question.
Like,
but
they just get Dan. Like, they need to figure the Dan Snyder thing out because, like, if you're Derek Carr and you've put up with all the Raiders BS stemming from the top level, you don't want to go to Washington until they know what that situation's like. Even though they've got some nice weapons on offense, solid defense, like that's a place a quarterback should want to go.
Offensive line needs to get a little work, but yeah. It'd be really funny. I just thought of what if the Texans in the ultimate tank mood just traded their number 2 pick for Sean Payton?
And then the Saints just draft their QB. Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't think I don't know if you're a team. This is gonna sound really mean. This is gonna sound so mean. Is there any fan that's like, man, I'd be really excited to get Derek Carr? And I'm not, and again, he gets way too much hate. I think that, he is a better QB than he's made out to be. But is there any team that's just like, we are a Derek Carr away from, going to the play, right? Like you can't even say it with a straight face.
No.
Like,
dude, and I like Derek Carr a lot.
I do too. Like
maybe
the Jets, maybe. And like that's a big maybe, but I wouldn't be super stoked about it because you need someone who can just move the football because you have a good team around them.
Yeah. So, Derek Carr, like I did a quarterback episode and I kind of just for the lulz predicted him going to the Titans. And the reason I put him in Tennessee because like they would be a good destination for a quarterback who can elevate that offense. But I was like, is Derek Carr even any better than Ryan Tannehill? Or are they just the same guy? Is that the exact?
They're just like slightly different, like where they're going to throw interceptions. You know what I mean? Like it's,
I don't know. But we've never seen Derek Carr with a good defense. That is like the biggest knock on him. Like he's never had help on the opposite side of the football. And one of his best seasons, he breaks his leg at the end of the year. And then the Raiders got to go into the playoffs with, was it Connor McGovern? Who's our quarterback?
Conor McGregor.
I can't remember. Yeah. He's had Jack Del Rio, Gruden, McDaniels, Bisaccia in there. It's just been like a weird sort of career arc for him.
Yes.
He should just go to the Texans and finish out his brother's role there.
It's like, come on, guys, we could do it. Yeah, I don't know.
Connor Cook, sorry. Yeah,
Conor McGregor, that's what I said.
Connor McGovern, that is the old center for the Broncos, I think.
So the Dolphins make a little bit of sense but again, like, are you giving up on Tua already? I mean, that's the thing. You ask that to the Dolphins fan base and like half of them would be like, yeah, we're done. And the other half would be like, well, let's just wait a little bit longer. I don't know, man. It's so weird.
The Brady rumors to the Dolphins are very strong. Again. But like I kind of like Jimmy G in Miami because really what I think the Dolphins need is
McDaniel,
a really good backup / starter QB because I think Tua's earned the opportunity to be the starter. It's just outside of its health is your concern with Tua, and it's always going to be because his injury problems date back to college, right? And knowing that you've got like a quarterback who's kind of got that injury sort of issue, you want a guy who I think gels with that sort of setup. And we've seen Jimmy G do it brilliantly with the 49ers. He was the guy. Then they draft Trey Lance. He comes in, he's still the guy. And then he's not the guy, but then he comes back anyway to be the guy. So if anybody's set for that role, it's Jimmy G. Brady wouldn't be. Brady's going to be like, yeah, I'll come in and start. And you gotta send Tua to the XFL. I do not want him around me. I don't want him to learn anything from me. He's not getting my TB12 method. And
I'm not learning his last name.
I hope he doesn't play in the NFL again, just like he tried to do to Jimmy. So we'll see.
I really hope that Jimmy Garoppolo and Tom Brady end up on the Raiders.
Both of them.
They just both go there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I feel like Brady's going to be a Raider. But that's just that 100% of that's based on his relationship with McDaniels. So
yeah, again, my biggest thing was Jimmy G to the Jets because it just makes a ton of sense because you just need a guy who's not going to make mistakes. The Dolphins need so here's the thing with the Dolphins, right? Their defense could definitely use some work, but they have all these offensive weapons, right? They have a good run game when they actually commit to it. They have Waddle, they have Hill, Gesicki is a good player. So like do you go for the safe QB in that, or do you kind of go for the home run guy because you want to utilize the talent that's around him? Because I feel like if you put Jimmy Garoppolo there, they'll do fine. But is it going to like bring out the best in everybody? You know what I mean? Like, and utilize, like, we have a deep threat like Tyreek Hill. Like, we have a deep threat like Jalen Waddle. I don't know if he meshes there. I feel like it's maybe just limiting yourself a tiny bit.
It's all about what Mike McDaniels thinks of Jimmy Garoppolo, right? And the difference between the Jets and the Dolphins is Mike McDaniel is the offensive play caller. So I think he knows what he would want in a quarterback if they're worried about, Tua's longevity. The Jets are in search of an offensive coordinator, right? So who they bring in at OC, I think is going to help make the decision of who they bring in as quarterback. Because
I say that the Ravens fire Greg Roman, the Jets hire him, and then they also get Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that would be sweet. That would be sweet.
Not for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson does not want to go where Greg Roman is, but
I don't know.
I mean, it's Tua. That's the thing. Like, I don't think Tua is the problem. It's what Perna said, though. It's his health.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it is. That's the only reason we're even talking about a different QB. It's because of his health.
Yeah. It's like you're seeing right now, you need a good insurance plan with Tua. That's all it is. Tua took like a similar leap as Drew Brees, his career, like the first 2 years, really underwhelming, but you kind of saw something there, and then it started to click, and he had the weapons, and he took care of them, and I think it's just about the Dolphins, though. It's like their owner's weird, right? Stephen Ross, like he's unpredictable. I don't know if is there the GM's Chris Greer, like, is he in the hot seat? Like, I don't know. They're a wild card. They're a wild card in the wild card, Tom.
So, and that's the thing too. Like, we're looking at free agent QBs. Like, you're about to see like Tom Brady, likely Jimmy Garoppolo, potentially Lamar Jackson. Because like that's another one. Like, whoever winds up getting him, depending on what team he goes, like he could be a missing piece, 100%. I don't know. I'd be excited to get Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
I would be excited because he's a guy who could take a team that's like not all there. And like, I personally do. I still believe in Lamar Jackson. And I think that he could get him to that point and like cover up some things. Jimmy Garoppolo needs to go to a team that's like playoff ready. And that's why like the Jets, I feel like, are the perfect mold for that. Because they are. Like, if they get running backs back, they get the offensive line back a little bit. It's so much better.
If you're the Jets and you're getting Lamar Jackson, look, I don't think Lamar's ever gonna have a season like he did in 2019, his MVP season, because it was just it's just an insane performance for an entire year by a quarterback. Sure. But he's a better passer than Zach Wilson. I know that for sure. 100% a much better passer than Zach Wilson. Plus, he's a threat running. You get Breece Hall back, all of a sudden, that's a pretty good offense. Really, what they'd be missing is probably they got to find, maybe one of their tight ends emerge. Maybe CJ Uzama comes back and we see like his effectiveness that he demonstrated with the Bengals last year. But but like the Jets, Like, is Tom Brady even considering the Jets? I don't know. I do not want to see Brady throwing passes to Tyreek Hill, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God.
That'd make me throw up in my mouth.
But they won't have the defense. Like they don't have the.
I don't want to see it. I just do not want to see that.
No, I'm saying
Waddle
for why
and Hill. Are you kidding me? He's got like 2 Julian Edelmans with the speed of Satan. That is just a recipe for it. Oh no.
Satan go fast.
Yeah, and if like Mike Gesicki sticks around, Brady would get a lot out of Mike Gesicki. I know he's been forgotten in that offense, but he would be top five.
God, free agency is going to be a complete crap show this year. I can't wait. It's going to be like last year, and I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to actually talk about football, like the actual playoffs that are happening tomorrow?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So the first game that we got here on this old list. Oh, I forgot I had it open, but well, it's gone now. I don't know. What's tomorrow's first game? I know the night game. I don't even remember the first game. Oh, it's Seattle, San Francisco. That's why I didn't remember. All right, yeah, you got to see.
It's like, oh, you mean the Niners won? The Niners.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, okay, that one's gone now. That one is it's gone. I don't think they'll go for Lamar. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean So that's the thing. Like I think the Ravens could apply the franchise tag, but it's just like. I don't know. I mean, that's what we did to Devontae, and Devontae was like, nay.
I honestly think they are going to do the tag, and I don't know whether Lamar's going to play it on it or not.
Yeah, like he could just be like, no. I mean, again, it's going to hurt, but
the Ravens, I don't think they. Well, why we're talking about the reason we're talking about this is like Lamar had to come out and tell everybody why he wasn't playing, right? Why he was so injured. Usually when your team supports you, they sort of take on that role. And like your head coach is supposed to be like, look, like even if the guy's not doing it, your head coach got to be like, he's working his ass off to get back on the field. It's just his injury is more severe than we thought. Like that's why he's not playing.
Yeah.
Instead, they've just left it like, we don't know. We just don't know. Like that's what's weird about it. Like I 100% think like Lamar would be out there if he could because he's a good teammate. Like his teammates friggin' love him. It's an issue with I think everything above Lamar, and I'm not sure he feels valued there. And he didn't have the defense I think he deserved in terms of them like explaining why he's not playing. Because like the last 2 or 3 weeks been like, thought he was going to be back maybe in a week or two.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway. Game 1, Niners Seahawks. You were saying, Tom?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I think it's going to be better than their previous matchups this season, but that's not saying much. Like that's, you know what I mean? I think that they'll be more competitive just because it is like the postseason and it is tough to beat a team 3 times. But yeah, I just don't see this going well.
No, I mean, yeah, there's a situation where maybe the Seahawks put up a fight. They need Kenneth Walker to rush for like 200 yards.
They do, and that's just not. I don't think that's going to happen against the 49ers.
I think the Niners haven't even allowed a single back to have a 70-yard game, 70-yard rushing game. They are the best run defense. All the pressure is going to be on Geno Smith. And don't get me wrong, they've got DK and Tyler Lockett who can make plays. But yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. And I put in the rundown. They need their celebrity studded corners, Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant, to have all-time games. Because we know rookie Tariq Woolen's great. But Michael Jackson and Kobe Bryant, they need to shut down the other receiving options in San Francisco. And the Niners are getting Debo back. They got Kittle like on just a heater.
7 touchdowns in like 4 games. Yeah, he's been crushing it.
How do you cover those guys? How do you do it?
That's also really interesting. Sorry, that's a really interesting point. Like Lamar wants guaranteed money. I mean, unfortunately, Deshaun Watson's contract like opened the door for that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't blame Lamar at all for being like, hey, like I'm an MVP. I've been actually playing, and Deshaun Watson just got all. I say Jackson. Deshaun Watson just got all of this money. Like, I should be getting that too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that is gonna be the new benchmark, whether we like it or not. So, well,
Bring back the dog, Tom.
oh, she's sleeping now. She's sleeping.
We just restart the show every time somebody asks.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What was the weird thing I talked about at the beginning? Oh,
Yeah,
that-
you
using animals for the drug trade. That's what you
Yep.
missed, Andrew.
That was it. That was it. But wait, isn't Joe Burrow? He can get a contract extension now too, right after the season.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that man's gonna get paid a lot of money.
I mean, you could extend your quarterbacks whenever you want, honestly.
No, you have to wait. No, there's a certain amount of time that you have to wait for, like
3 years?
I think it's 3 years.
3.
I think it's 3. Yeah. So that's why he's eligible now, I think, for them to do it. But yeah, you have to wait 3. Oh God. Yes, the Vikings.
You have to underpay them for 3 years.
The Vikings are gonna go.
Really good.
The Vikings are gonna go broke. They gotta pay Justin Jefferson. That's the only good part about him being on their team, because he's so damn good. That's it.
Yeah. Isn't the franchise tag, aren't those fully guaranteed though?
Yes.
Yeah.
And 5th-year options too.
Yeah. And like we've seen the franchise tag work in QB's favor too. It's like Dak Prescott, that worked out pretty nice for him.
Yeah.
He made max money 2 years in a row and then got the big extension.
Well, because the Cowboys were idiots. They could have paid him less money, but they
that's
were
the same thing with the Ravens. If they would have if they would have given Lamar what he wanted this last offseason, they would already be in a better position.
Not the 49ers.
It
The
might be
49ers are
strapped
one
for
team
cash
that can do it.
this year, but next year, all of a sudden his deal is fine. It's every quarterback contract, unless it's Carson Wentz. That has been bad every single year. It's just been bad every time.
Herbert's going to make a good amount of money. Burrow is going to be paid like a king, especially if he like brings them into like a deep playoff run. Yeah, he's going to get. I mean, he took him to the Super Bowl.
Back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you got to become like the highest paid QB ever, right?
Yep. I definitely hate Seattle more. I mean, Perna's up there.
Yeah.
I do hate them.
I was going to appreciate them.
I like Geno Smith, but
I love Geno. I like a lot of their players. Just their organization's been rough on my team.
I hate their Seahawks as an idea. Just as a concept, I hate them. Because they've hurt me so many times. So many times.
Hurt you. Yes, I do.
Can you imagine if the Seahawks actually beat the 49ers, though? Would that be the most shocking upset of the weekend?
That would actually help the Broncos.
Or would it be Dolphins Bills? Which one would be a bigger upset?
Ooh, Dolphins, I think, is a bigger upset.
Or would it be Ravens Bengals?
No, that's like a division rival. That's why they're all division. Damn it. Damn it. I just put my foot in my mouth.
Okay.
The Dolphins got Skylar Thompson. So Geno Smith, Skylar Thompson. And who's the Ravens? We don't even know who the Ravens are starting yet.
Could be Huntley. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the season. Yep.
Anthony Brown, Skylar Thompson. I trust Geno Smith the most. So the Seahawks winning would be the least surprising.
Even though it's going up against the 49ers.
Yeah. The caveat is the Niners feel like possibly the best team in the entire playoffs right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anthony Brown, Skylar Thompson. Here's why the Ravens are a little less surprising, because their defense has been lights out for like the last 5 weeks. Their defense has been really good second half of this season. And they can run the football. So that's why I put like a key player, I think, for the 49ers. He's been key all season, but DJ Reader, like the Ravens, to have a chance to upset the Bengals, have to run the ball. Like J.K. Dobbins needs a big game. So that's why big DJ Reader in the middle of that line, who's been really great and underrated all season long. They just shut down the run. Logan Wilson behind him. The Ravens are not beating you through the air in this game. It's not going to happen. For Baltimore, yes, J.K. Dobbins, and then like Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, they've got to shut down Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. Can those two guys cover three guys? That's my question.
I think the Ravens defense is solid. They're not going to be the problem here. It's just going to be the offense. But that's kind of been the story, though. Like, their offense is just anemic, man. Like, and it's also interesting, too, because they beefed up that defense. Like, right, Roquan Smith got that extension, right? So they traded for him. Then they gave him a big extension.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the defense is solid. It's just the offense is...
Yeah. And, like, since Roquan got there, like, Patrick Queen's been better on defense. We don't talk about, like, linebacker chemistry often because it's friggin' boring. But, like, that chemistry is pretty good. It's pretty good chemistry, Tom.
Patrick Queen. That will be a name that will be forever, ever just seared into my mind.
Pressure, Patrick Queen.
Yep. Denzel Mims and Patrick Queen. It will always be there. Because that's what I screamed before they drafted Jordan Love. I said, give me Mims or give me Queen.
Yeah. What is Mims up to these days? Did he play this year?
Not much. Not much. Did he play this year? It's just he's not doing much.
Oh, yeah, he's on the Jets. That's right.
Yeah, no, he's on the
11
Jets.
catches for 186 yards.
He hasn't done anything. So, yep. Give me Mims or give me Queen. Give me Queen.
Give me Mims or give me death.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, do you say Dolphins, that would be the biggest one?
Yeah, I feel like they're, like you said, their defense is, it's and they're starting a third string quarterback. So
that would actually be really cool. If Burrow works into his contract that he gets a percentage of the cap.
Whoa.
That would be a really cool structure. Whoa. I don't know if they would do that, but that'd be cool. Wilson. Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah. No, that's fair. But Mims has had a lot of defense, hasn't he?
Yeah. All right, so there's that. Then Saturday night, been saying it's the game of the weekend, the one I'm the most excited for. Chargers Jaguars. I think it's just gonna be fun. It's just gonna be good. I don't know, because again, he's gonna get traded, but no, they're gonna hold on to him for Brady. Does Devontae want to play with Brady? That's a different question. Can you imagine? Oh God, he gets to catch from Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That's pretty cool. Good for. I just love Devontae.
No, it's not. It's like, cool. I got to play with one cool quarterback, and I got to play with Satan. Oh yeah, let's brag about that.
It's true. It's true.
You think Rodgers comes back if DeAndre Hopkins is in the mix for the Packers?
I don't think they're trading for DeAndre Hopkins.
You don't know.
If they did, though,
never know.
I will be so hyped. I don't think they will, but if they did.
But if they do. I saw now that because the Packers were a betting favorite. I don't know what that means. But now the Chiefs are, I swear to if DeAndre Hopkins goes to the Chiefs, I might just quit football, Tom. This show might be about health next year. We might be talking about
giant prostate show,
carbs and calories and vitamins, because it would make me sick. I would literally be ill if DeAndre Hopkins goes to the Chiefs.
If you are the Green Bay Packers, do you trade the 15th overall pick for DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah, easy.
And you get him for
if Rodgers coming back. If you're rolling with Jordan Love, no.
Let's see.
Start building for the future.
What's his stats? His contract right now. Let's see.
Hopkins got 2 years. It's going to be a restructure. I'm also looking at.
All right, so he has so 2023. Here we go. All right, so Jesus Christ, his cap hit is $30 million. Jesus. Okay. So
it'll be restructured. It'll change.
Yeah. So basically, he's got 2 years. Then he's an unrestricted free agent. Interesting.
Clickbait should be a game show.
The
We're just not
every week.
organized enough to do it. You need a producer and you need somebody to run it like a game show. And
Correct.
we don't have the time. But it would work as a game show.
Matt Ryan's not staying around. Matt Ryan's not staying in the Colts. The Colts are definitely making a move. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, Matt Ryan said he's not going to retire, but he's just going to force the Colts to cut him so he can collect $12 million.
Yes, exactly.
He's made $239 million in his career. I saw that. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
He's always been good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's always been,
Matty.
well, not this year, but he's always been good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, no Borkin. Hold on. There's a FedEx truck.
Oh, get him, dogs. Get him.
It's the FedEx truck she hates. She hates the FedEx truck.
She's a UPS dog, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
I like that loyalty.
Anyway, so Chargers, Jaguars.
Yes. Okay, Chargers. This is who you need to play well in this game. Defense, Derwin James, Kyle Van Noy. I know Bosa's back. I know Khalil Mack gets the attention. But Kyle Van Noy, while Bosa's been out, very, very solid. He made some plays in the Broncos game. Derwin James, second leading tackler on that Chargers defense. And then on offense, Mikey Williams, questionable, very questionable. Don't know if he's playing. So if he doesn't play, you got Josh Palmer and then DeAndre Carter. And Carter, I think Carter's the guy for the Chargers to make a few plays because he's the speed dude. When they played the Broncos in that final game, he had a fumble, I think really cost him the game basically, but he was hard to cover. He's kind of got that explosive breakaway speed. So that's who the Chargers need to lean on if they're going to want to win.
You're not wrong. And again, like this game, there is no upset for this game. You're 100% right because I can see both teams winning.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe
both
you could
teams are like, we're lucky to be here.
We're just happy to be here right now. Yeah, I think there's a really good chance the Jaguars win, and it's being played in Florida. Like, I think that if they get after Trevor Lawrence, like, I feel like they could do it. I don't know if they could stop the run. That's the issue. The Chargers.
Yeah, ETN, if he has a big game, it's probably over for the Chargers. And then Evan Ingram's been quiet the last couple weeks, but when the Jags were really starting to like look like a legit team, he was having some big games, especially in that like Cowboys game, I believe. So I think is going to be a key player for Jacksonville. Evan Ingram.
Get it.
Yeah, no, Matty Ice is not going to get a fair.
No, it's always your 28-3, unfortunately.
He's not even really responsible for two of the worst losses in NFL history, though. That's rough.
Yep.
I mean, it would have been like Elway if he didn't win those last two Super Bowls. He'd just been like the quarterback who lost horribly.
I wish you just won against the Falcons one. I wish you just won 33 and not 32.
Sorry.
Okay, then Sunday. You got Bills Dolphins. The Dolphins need to rush it down their throat. Like that's the only shot they have. That's because is Mostert definitely out? I know he was hurt.
I mean, I saw him on TV with a cast on his, like a hard cast on his hand the other day. So my guess is yes.
He's fine. Has a broken thumb ahead of the Bills matchup. Okay, you even need a thumb in football. It's fine. So yeah, Jeff Wilson needs to run, and they need to never allow the Bills to take the field. And they basically need to have a 60-minute opening drive. That's what the Dolphins need to do.
There are two positions you can't really get away with having a broken thumb. And it's running back and receiver. I guess quarterback too, obviously, but like
not gonna close.
Like if you're defender, you can put a little club, you can have a whole club hand and still play. Offensive line, you can play through it, but running back, even if like they take off the cast, if you don't have stability in your thumb holding onto that ball, like imagine Melvin Gordon had a thumb injury. Oh God.
What if he just chopped off his thumb and got like a metal thumb? And it was just,
Ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Can you have metal extremities? Is that a PED?
It's interesting.
But like, I think Jeff Wilson can, he can be
He
that
carry
guy.
the load. Yeah,
It's not gonna happen against the Bills. They'll play the run first. Well, I don't know. You still got Waddle and Tyreek Hill. They are that good. Just not against Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they need a lot of help.
They need a big game for Bradley Chubb, the Dolphins, who traded a first rounder to get him. And he's just been serviceable. So, he needs a big game. He needs to pressure Josh Allen and force some mistakes. The Dolphins' defense has to force mistakes, which the Bills have been doing in the red zone quite a bit.
Sure.
But again, I'd be most surprised if the Dolphins win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that would be the shocker of the weekend. Then you have another game where you're not going to be surprised at all. Whoever wins, it's Giants-Vikings. That's a complete, flip a coin. Completely. Because, I have no idea. I picked the Vikings, but I have no faith in that. If someone picked the Giants, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. Because, just both of these teams.
There we go.
It doesn't. I don't know. The Vikings, I think, just, have... They should win, but then again, there's a couple games that...
They could win by 20. They could win by 3. They could lose by 20 and be like, yep, saw that coming.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's the Giants need one of their receivers, I think, to have a big game, though.
Anyone. Maybe it's Kenny Galladay. He had a touchdown. Kenny Galladay got a touchdown. So
there you go.
Watch Kenny Galladay go off against the Vikings like he used to do with the Lions.
Ooh, he knows how to torch them. Isaiah Hodgins, Richie James, one of you. Big game for Dan Jones. I saw Dan Jones was the second most efficient running QB on designed runs this season. So I think that's another thing. Maybe a big rushing day for Daniel Jones could be the difference for the Giants. And Dexter Lawrence on that defensive line has been a stud for the Giants. I think his dominance has helped Thibodeau. And they gotta get to Cousins so he can't get to Justin Jefferson. That's kind of how I think the Giants get the win. Pressure him enough where they render Jefferson sort of... He's not going to be completely shut down. But if you can hold Jefferson to 100 receiving yards, Giants can win.
What do you mean you can't completely shut him down? Why don't you just hold him to just 15 yards?
Well, I'm saying that I don't think the Giants can completely shut him down, Tom.
We only did it once. He torched us week one.
Yeah,
every other time, but
you are me.
And Sunday night, oh God, I don't want to watch this game. You got Ravens and Bengals. We already kind of went through this game. You need a big game from your running backs if you're Baltimore. Your defense needs to shut down Joe Burrow and force pick sixes, because I feel like that might be one of the only ways you're scoring.
Ravens need 200 rushing yards to win,
and hope that Tyler Huntley can play.
Hunting season, baby.
Get him.
We just need catchphrases for every player.
Birds.
Tony Pollard. The polls are open. Boom.
Yakety Dak, don't come back.
DeMarcus Lawrence putting his mark us on the quarterbacks.
I love this dead air that exists between each catchphrase. Keep going. Just keep going.
Justin Jefferson moving on up to the east side.
Yep, keep going. There's not enough dead air.
Bradley Chubb getting fat on sacks.
Really? Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
Oh, for the Jags, I forgot to mention Aluakun, their linebacker.
Is this a
Who?
catchphrase or just saying that he's an important
No,
player?
he just been a stud for them. Kind of unrecognized.
Okay.
If he can keep Austin Eckler in check in the passing game, Jags gonna win.
Then Monday night.
George Kittle. We should have a good catchphrase for him, but we don't. Ah, look at that. Yes. Yes, wordplay for the Kings.
Yep. All right, Monday night. Brandon, who do you want to
I know,
like?
but he needs
You said
to
you don't.
get him. He doesn't have to. He just has to tackle him immediately. That's all he's got to do.
I forgot.
Got like
You
a
don't
billion
care.
tackles this season.
You don't care about the Cowboys. All right. Yeah. So you want the Cowboys to win on Monday?
Oh, do I, Tom? I want them to
It's a win-win for me.
The Buccaneers set a sack record for playoff games.
Yep.
Dallas.
Yep.
And who does Dallas need to step up on defense? DeMarcus Lawrence. He's been a little too quiet the last month or so. I need him. I need Micah Parsons. I need 13 sacks on Tom, 14, 15 sacks on Tom Brady. You Cowboys need to make Tom Brady realize it's time to retire. Anything less than that will be a failure. And Tony Pollard, yeah, you're right. Just swing pass to Tony, 80-yard touchdown. Swing pass to Tony, 60-yard touchdown. Swing pass to Tony, 44-yard touchdown.
I love how you're not even
might
waiting
get
for
Ryan Jensen back though, and that could be a huge boost on the line, the O-line.
I love how you weren't even waiting for me to talk. You're like, yeah, Tom, you're right. Just because I put it in the rundown. You're like, Pollard, that's a great point, Tom. I'm just sitting here silent.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. I don't care. It's all good. You got to get it all out since we both don't talk during clickbait.
I got a big rooting interest in this game, and it's against Brady.
It's a win-win for me, to be completely honest, because either Tom Brady is out of the playoffs or the Cowboys choke again, which in the wild card, which is just amusing. So here's the thing, folks. My team is out. My team did not make the playoffs for the first time since 2018. Okay. So now you got petty Tom. Tom is going to root so that hopes and dreams are ruined. Tom's going to try to drag you down here just like Brandon Perna was reaching up from the grave and was just like, you might have a better record, but you're coming down here to hell with me. And that's where I am. So now I am sitting in the raging inferno and waiting for everyone to burn. So I am just rooting for the chaos. I said this a couple times now because I saw that one comment and said, I am dreading when Tom is streaming the Vikings and he's going to be streaming them when they're eliminated. I wake up every day and I can't wait for that day. I can't wait. You know what? I now get it. I understand. No, not in a way that Lions and Bears and Vikings fans understand, but I understand your team's out. You just root for the Packers to lose. This is me now. Except I'm rooting for everybody to lose. I'm going to be disappointed when they crown a Super Bowl champion because not everyone could have lost. Unless it's like the Bills or the Jaguars. So, yeah. I just want chaos.
Yeah. If the Bucks win and the Giants win, it would be very poetic if it were the Giants to bounce Tom Brady from the postseason.
It'd be great.
Trey times.
Great.
Trey times.
It's great. And again, it's just you think but Tom, you don't want the Seahawks to advance. Tom, you don't want the Giants to advance. It'd be boring football. I streamed every primetime game this season. You think boring football scares me? No. There are only 13 games left in this NFL season. And if all 13 are terrible, I will stream them all anyway. So guess what?
13 and today's Friday the 13th. No. Wait, yeah.
Was that Batman?
That was Batman. I wanted to do like Twilight Zone or something, but I can't do tunes.
What are you trying to do? The Friday the 13th? Like,
No, I mean that would have been smarter.
Yeah, so basically, I just want pain and suffering in the NFL. And again, like I'd be okay with the Bills. I'd be okay with the Jaguars. I'd be okay with the Bengals, honestly, winning the Super Bowl too. There's just a few that I really don't want to win. The Vikings are number one, obviously. But like, I wouldn't mind if the Vikings actually won this week. That's fine. And then they just got the piss beaten out of them next week. I'd be okay with that. So, or they just lose in the NFC Championship again. Either one's fine.
You want the biggest heartbreak for them?
I
They'd
just
be losing in the Super Bowl to the Bills.
See, but no, because then Vikings fans be like, I'm just we won the North. I'm just happy to be here. It's not the same because the Packers, they just made a tradition to lose in the NFC Championship game. I just want them to lose. And I want it to be embarrassing the way they lose. Like when they made it to the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, and then they got the crap beaten out of them by Nick Foles. It was a great day. It was one of the better days I'd had in a while. Just my mental health was really good that day. So if the Vikings win the Super Bowl, I will scream. I will scream. Brandon, if it's Vikings Chiefs Super Bowl, we need to stream it. And it's just going to be rooting against the other team so hard.
Yeah.
So, buddy, that would be, that
would be, yes. For me, a real worst case scenario would be like Seahawks Chiefs Super Bowl, where no matter what happens, I'm just going to hate it.
Yep. I hear that.
That would be.
I'm rooting for Tom Brady. It's not even close. If it's Vikings Buccaneers NFC Championship game, I'm wearing a Tom Brady jersey. Like I'm like, let's go Brady. It's a 12. It carries over. Let's go. You don't understand. If the Vikings go to the Super Bowl, it is going to be like, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Let's just cancel 2023. I'll see you guys next year. I'll see you for 2024. Not even in September for the new season, because like the whole year will be washed. I cannot.
You did not miss it, Brian. I have no clue who the Broncos head coach is going to be. In a 48-hour period, I have heard Jim Harbaugh is the favorite, and I have also heard it's Sean Payton's job to lose. Probably one of those two guys.
I've been watching all the terrible games. I didn't see a touchdown until I was a man.
Are you the Joker? You're the Joker?
Yep, that's it.
No, the Riddler. You're Jim Carrey's Riddler.
Yep. That's the one. Dude, the Viking, you know what? Let's just get him out in the wild card and let's just call it now, because now that I put that out into the world, I don't like it. They haven't even been a threat to your team though. The Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
This season, but outside of that?
No, but they've given us problems. Like we've been splitting with them. They always give us, I hate them. I hate them so much. Hate them. Eagles win Super Bowl, that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. And here's the thing, the 49ers for me, I don't like the 49ers because obviously they break my heart every single playoff that we play them. But I like the Brock Purdy story. So if they want, I'm not rooting for them. If they want, I'd be like, that's a really cool story.
Yeah. You find a silver lining for every game, right? To kind of root for.
Just not the Vikings. Not.
Yeah, what's like, if you're not a Vikings fan and you're looking at the Vikings, what's the thing that you could be pulling for? Is it Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins?
No.
Kevin O'Connell?
You mean like storyline? Like,
man.
Like, well, no, they just haven't won a Super Bowl. They're 0-4 in the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah.
They're kind of like whatever. But no, I hate them. It like where I am, here we go. Here's a final ranking here. The teams I don't want to win a Super Bowl this year, Vikings are number 1. Oh, God. Then I guess Buccaneers. Then Cowboys. It's NFC, AFC. Like we're in different worlds, buddy. We're in different worlds. And that's like it. Like 49ers probably be Seahawks would be next on the list on 49ers. So like
Chiefs, would be like no, Bucks, no.
Yeah. It's like top 5.
Seahawks, no.
Yeah.
Those are 3 I don't want to see.
There you go. Any other ones, fine. Chiefs win, I don't care. That's fine. I like
Boo to you, sir.
I don't care.
I say boo to you, Tom.
But you know they're really good, so like it doesn't matter.
And that's why I need them to lose, because they're going to continue to be really good for a long time.
Like the Chiefs win, it does nothing to my life. I'm like, okay, cool. The Chiefs won another Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Good
to
for
your
them.
life.
But if the Chiefs,
my life's a little different.
Here's the thing. But if the Chiefs lose, they win, it doesn't impact it. But if they lose, that kind of enhances my life a little bit. Because then it could still be the Aaron Rodgers curse, because there was a lot of Chiefs fans after they won that first Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, that said like, oh, we're going to run all the way back. And I said, it's really difficult to do that. And just saying.
Chiefs need to lose to give us the championship game we deserve. Bills and Bengals.
That can't happen. It's going to be Bills Bengals next week.
I don't care. That's what needs to happen. Chiefs need to forfeit this weekend.
Can that happen? I think if the Bengals win, they play
don't the Bengals have to wait? Who?
Because
the Bills and Bengals play if
next week
they both advance.
Yeah,
so
right. Because
the Chiefs get Jags or Chargers.
Yes. So no, sorry, Brandon.
Dang.
Next week. If we are robbed
give
of
us
that
the
game,
one we deserve, though.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be okay with the Chargers winning, 100%.
Because who cares?
It's the Chargers, man.
Who cares?
They get ripped on enough. I don't need to rip on them more.
Plus, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, I said I like Justin Herbert. Like I like Austin Eckler a lot, but
when they win the Super Bowls, when you accept it.
That's true. That's valid. All right, Brandon.
All right.
What do you got coming out, buddy?
What
you got coming out today?
Should have a little news episode coming out later today.
Nice.
Maybe about Mac Jones betraying Bill Belichick. Or the weirdest group of starting quarterbacks in the playoffs ever.
Patrick Mahomes here.
Which title's better, guys?
You're like, that was actually me just workshopping.
Yeah, because both stories are in. Just gotta.
What was I say the quarterback one?
Weirdest group of starting QBs in the playoffs ever.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd say that.
What do you got, Tom? Friday night Q&A.
Friday night Q&A tonight. I am also in the midst of doing all the research for it. I'll put it out today at some point. About what the hell the Packers do from here. Looking to have 16 pending free agents. What's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers, Joe Barry, the whole 9 yards. Kind of just taking a look at where they even begin to go from here. Because there's going to be a bumpy offseason.
Yes, it is. Buckle up.
And then I will be streaming every single playoff game once again. Sunday, I'll be streaming Dolphins Bills with this guy here. Because
Sunday morning.
Brandon wants to watch the Bills lose.
What?
I said you want to watch the Bills lose. Because you cursed them. Remember? And now you want to watch them.
I did not curse the Bills.
No, it's the Bills!
But folks, we appreciate you. We'll be back here on Monday, but we'll also see you on Sunday because we'll be streaming the game together. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you have reached a destination.
Put
Put your pants back